It's a ham radio.
The Cadillac of ham radios.
Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of Ham Radio as Stranger Things podcast. We've got a great episode for you today as usual, but first, we have a little housekeeping to take care of, and I'm going to turn it over to Jasmin to let you know where you can find us on social media and where you can listen to the podcast.
Thanks, Ashley. You can find us on Instagram at Ham Radio Media, all one word, on Twitter at HamThrow, on YouTube at Ham Radio Media, or using our handle Ham Radio 1983. We also have a Discord you can join, which is linked in the description of this episode. If you have a fan theory or question you want to share, you can email us at hamradiomedia@gmail.com. Ashley also has a fanfic on AO3 entitled Stranger Things College, which is also linked in the description. The podcast is available on all major podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and much more. If you like the show, please consider leaving us a rating or review. We have a lot of totally tubular stuff coming up, so be sure to follow us on social media to keep up with the podcast and all of our new content. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Ham Radio podcast. Ashley's off this week, so I'm writing solo. And today I'm going to be talking about all of the behind-the-scenes content that we got in July and August from the broadcast channel and the actors and the showrunners, everything we've gotten so far. So let's dive in. So on Wednesday, July 3rd, Ross Duffer posted a picture of the cast and crew at a soundstage and captioned it Week 24, "Happy halfway to the best cast and crew ever." Two people at the front of the picture were blurred out. People have speculated on what this could be. Could they be cast members in costume perhaps, or stunt or body doubles? From what we can make out, it looks like a woman and maybe a teenage girl who could be doubles for maybe Sadie and another character. He also posted a video of Finn Wolfhard on the same soundstage, dropping a marble into the marble bowl with producer Hilary Levitt behind him. We can see him joking around with Ross and attempting to high-five him. It's really great anytime we get to see interactions between the cast and crew, through the behind-the-scenes content that we've been getting. And then on July 11th, the broadcast channel shared some videos of a crew member bringing Priya Ferguson an iced coffee while in their hair and makeup trailer. We've been getting a lot of these videos where someone on the crew brings a cast member their favorite coffee order, so it's always cool to see what their trailers look like, as everyone's a little bit different. Then on July 16th, we got a behind-the-scenes teaser video entitled Behind the Scenes Stranger Things 5 on the set of the final season, which dropped on YouTube and on social media. Ashley and I did a separate episode all about the trailer, which you can go listen to now. And then on Wednesday, July 17th, a video was shared on the broadcast channel of Maya Hawke and Joe Keery in costume, asking fans to send them questions. People have speculated this might have something to do with Stranger Things Day, and that that maybe from the questions they get asked, they might be answering them on Stranger Things Day or maybe to dumb. So, it's kind of a wait and see thing there. Because normally when they post a video where a crew member or cast member is being asked questions, normally people ask the questions and then get a follow-up video where those questions are answered. For example, when they did one about the set design, and we haven't at this stage gotten a follow-up video where those questions were answered. So it looks like that's going to be coming at some point in the future. And then on Thursday, July 18th, the broadcast channel shared a photo of binoculars on top of a backpack at what appears to be the Wheeler house. And then on Friday, July 19th, Noah Schnapp shared a photo of himself in costume, doing scene prep with the Duffer Brothers in the basement where they've been filming a lot. This is possibly the radio station basement, based on what we can see. And then on Sunday, July 21st, the broadcast channel shared photos and videos to celebrate National Ice Cream Day. To celebrate, the cast and crew of the show were treated to Scoops Ahoy ice cream. In some of the shots, you can see Robin and Steve's old Scoops Ahoy costumes that were brought in for the occasion. 2 new Scoops Ahoy Squishmallows were announced, and we got a glimpse of Nell Fisher, the actress who will be playing Holly Wheeler this season. And then on Monday, July 22nd, the broadcast channel shared a photo of 2 crew members holding pumpkins. One was normal and one was decayed, with a caption that read, "I know a farmer who will not be happy to see the pumpkin on the left." This seems to be a callback to the plot from season 2. We previously got a photo of a scarecrow with a pumpkin head at the junkyard. This, plus all the students we see wearing long coats in the behind-the-scenes teaser trailer, could indicate that one of the first 4 episodes takes place in the fall around Halloween. You know, as longtime fans remember, that was a huge part of season 2, and they've said the show is coming full circle. So this seems to suggest that we're coming back to a lot of the plot and aesthetic from season 1 and 2, which makes sense as we go into the final season. They kind of try to bring the show back to, what made it, famous in the first place. So that's really cool to see. And since we never really got a clear follow-up on the Vine pumpkin situation, it's cool that they're coming back to that plot. At least I think so. And then on Thursday, July 25th, the broadcast channel shared a photo of a black action figure next to a set of cassette tapes featuring Genesis, White Lion, ZZ Top, AC/DC, and Meryl Haggard. Lots of speculation on whose room this could be. My money personally is on Lucas, but I'm interested to hear everyone's thoughts. As always, you can always drop us a comment on social media or email us if you have a theory that you'd like to share. And then on Friday, July 26th, we got a whole whack ton of content. Stuffers shared photos from weeks 25 to 27 of filming. The first one is of Steve Harrington outside of the WSQK radio station at night, which looks like this could be where the basement is, where they were filming earlier. We get one of the Duffer Brothers looking worried in a field. We get a garbage bin with a sign on it that says Shred Bin and a picture of Eddie Munson shredding on his guitar in the Upside Down, which is pretty cool. We get a patch with the Ghostbusters logo on it with a Demogorgon in place of a ghost and the words Demogorgon Hunter underneath it. To me, this seems like something that Dustin would make. So I'm interested to find out if this is something that the crew made and it's just kind of a joke, or if this is actually something that Dustin made that's actually part of the show. Because he did have the patch, or the pin that was the "You Got Slimed" on his backpack in season 4. So it remains to be seen. We got a photo of a bag of orange Tic Tacs with the Duffer Brothers written on it and a bag of Scope floss picks next to someone's shoe, which is kind of weird and random. Not quite sure what that was, what that was about. I guess we'll find out, or not, who knows. We got a painting of a scene from Alice in Wonderland in front of a pink pattern wallpaper, which appears to be from Alice Creel's bedroom, which is interesting because, they're giving us stuff that I didn't think we'd get. A lot of us didn't think we were going to get in terms of behind-the-scenes content. They're usually pretty guarded about this stuff. So it's interesting that we're getting so much that's telling us so much about the locations so early on. So it'd be interesting to see, how the stuff lines up with the final product. And I'm honestly really curious as to why they're giving us so much, because normally they'd be very guarded about it. I'm guessing it's just to kind of generate interest and keep the show top of mind, as it is taking so much longer to film than they anticipated. And then we got a video of crew members releasing a bunch of balloons with a device on it. And then we got a video of crew members releasing a bunch of balloons with a device and some string attached to it. Honestly, this weather balloon is giving me It vibes. Lots of speculation what this could be. Could it be a weather balloon? Or maybe they're collecting data or setting up a transmitter of some kind. Then we got a video of Noah Schnapp walking into a apocalyptic looking set behind military personnel. The lights are flickering, which suggests a Vecna battle may be in progress. Noah reposted the photo, saying this was one of his favorite sets so far. And then on Tuesday, July 31st, the broadcast channel posted a video of costumes being moved across the studio lot. On August 6th, the broadcast channel posted a photo of the outside of the Creel house. On Friday, August 9th, the broadcast channel shared photos of the science classroom at Hawkins High. We got a bulletin board with a presentation on it about rocks and soil, a table with some notebooks on it about outer space, a teacher's desk with some papers on it, a bulletin board with info about how the light spectrum works, and an astronaut poster. Which makes me wonder, is there going to be a high school version of Mr. Clark this season? I was really sad we didn't get to see him in season 4, especially since they had the actor do some of the promo, especially when they were doing the Stranger Things pop-ups, which kind of leads me to believe that he was supposed to be in it. They just ran out of time. They focused a lot on Karen as well in season 4, and I just felt like they focused on her so much in part 1. You thought that, that was going to come back around, and it kind of didn't. So I kind of get the impression that they ran out of time. I am very excited that we're going to get so many high school and potentially middle school scenes, because when they first kind of started talking about this season after season 4 came out, they made it sound like, it's going to be pedal to the metal right away. And I was a bit sad about that, because one of my favorite parts of the show is when there's that balance between normal life and the supernatural. So, we got to save the world, but also I got to study for my science test. That's one of the things I love most about the show, and I know a lot of other fans do too. So I'm really excited that they seem to be going for more of that balance at least in the first half of the season. So I'm really excited about that. And then on Sunday, August 11th, Millie Bobby Brown posted photos from set to her personal IG account. We got a photo of her in costume, wearing a bandana around her neck and safety goggles with blood dripping from her nose. We got another photo that's bathed in red light, showing her dog outside, somewhere in front of a smoke machine, a light stand. We got a wooden board with a piece of tape on it that reads, Millie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi. One of the Duffer brothers petting her dog outside, and a crane operator standing on an overhang structure next to the lab with vines on it in the upside down. And then on Monday, August 12th, Noah Schnapp posted a bunch of set pics to his personal accounts. We got one of him standing in a 3D body scanning chamber. Since we know we'll be getting flashbacks of him this season, it's no surprise that they're doing 3D scans, but it's still cool to see. I'm interested if they're just doing this for stuff on the show, like within the show, or if it's also being used for like promotional content. Because I did a bit of research into the company that it was tagged there, and it turns out they do a whole variety of things related to 3D scanning and VFX. So really cool to see what that stuff is being used for. It does look like we're going to get quite a few flashbacks, so I'm guessing they're doing quite a bit of scanning work to be able to de-age the actors. And as we've seen in some of the previous behind the scenes pics, they've got what appears to be younger actors playing our main characters to be able to map the footage they have, plus the actors as they are now, onto those actors and having them direct them, which is super cool. I love that they did that in season 4 with Millie. It looks like they'll be doing that a lot with Noah this season. I'm guessing probably Millie as well, just because if we're going back to Will's abduction, that timeline lines up with Elle's escape. So I think it stands to reason that we might get some of her stuff as well, and I really hope we do, because that would be super cool. It'd be great to see, the events of season 1 from Will's perspective, as well as Elle's. I think that would be really, really cool. And then we got a photo of Noah Schnapp and Finn Wolfhard filming in a field. It's nice to see them having some scenes together, especially after what happened in season 4. So I'm really looking forward to that. We got a photo of the field with the telecom tower in the background, a photo of the telecom tower itself taken from below the tower, looking up towards it. I'm very interested to see what that's about. And then we've got, clearly the radio station and this telecom tower and the field that it's in is going to be a very important location this season, because we've gotten a lot of photos that, from what we've been able to piece together, we now understand to be part of the same set. So clearly this is going to be a primary location where they're filming. A lot of people compared it to the Creel House last season. So I'm very interested to see what this set looks like, on the screen. And then we've got a photo of a plaid vest with straps on the side hanging in what looks like a trailer. I'm very interested to see what that's all about. Are the straps part of the outfit, in which case go Will? Or are they there to hold the vest in place while filming? Are they something underneath that we wouldn't be able to see? Very interested about that. It looks like Will's getting a new look and, new haircut this season, which, I think we're all very excited about, because, man, that bowl cut and those patterns have not been doing Will any favors, man. They're just not doing him any favors. And then we've got a photo of hairstylist Kate Surrey fixing Noah's hair. He's wrapped in a couple of towels. His hair looks wet. And he's got a cuff with an antenna on his ankle and a wire running from it, up his body. So I'm guessing this is from some kind of underwater scene or something involving the water, and maybe a stunt of some kind. So I'm very interested to see what that's from, because I would presume that's in the present, as we don't really see any water in the Upside Down, on screen at least. And that doesn't appear to have been part of his original abduction, so maybe they're going back through Watergate, or another gate's been opened, they're trying to reopen Watergate or something like that. Very curious to see what that's about. And then on Monday, August 12th, the Upside Down Pictures account posted a photo of the Duffer Brothers outside the lab building with a red filter on it and the caption "Lab Work." And then on August 15th, Russ Duffer shared some new set pics from weeks 28 to 30 of filming. We got a photo of Caleb McLaughlin in costume as Lucas filming in a field. We got a photo of Millie and her dog on set at Video Village. For those of you that don't know, Video Village is where all of the screens and the cameras are, where the showrunners, the director can sit and, see what's going on and replay things. They'll often bring the actors over to look at what they just filmed so they can talk it through. And then we have a photo of the Duff brothers behind what looks like a controlled fire on a soundstage. A wall that says restricted area with blood on it and barbed wire at the top and caution tape at the bottom. An upside down photo of a dead looking mannequin dressed in military clothing. An everything must go sale sign inside a Radio Shack above a radio. A flyer for radio station 94.5 WSQK with a picture of a bird sitting in a mic booth advertising the Jimmy Fast Hands Lee radio show weeknights from 7 to 11 p.m. And then we have a photo of what could be Dustin sitting in a van. From behind, this person has on a yellow baseball cap, and there's a WSQK t-shirt over top of the back of the car seat that they're sitting in. All of which makes me believe that, maybe Dustin is their connection to the radio station. Maybe he's volunteering or he's working there. If this is Dustin in the car, there seems to be a connection there. And then we have a video of another marble being dropped into the marble bowl next to a tiny prop mold of Vecna's head, which is cool, but also kind of strange. And then on Tuesday, August 27th, the broadcast channel shared 2 videos of Nell Fisher and Jay Connolly being interviewed about their time on set. They talked about how welcoming everyone has been. They bleeped out some spoilers that they said, and they talked about plant life, interestingly enough. And then on Friday, August 30th, Shawn Levy shared pictures to his personal IG account with the caption, Back in Hawkins running up that hill again. There's a photo of Maya Hawke and Phil Wolfhard on set together. There's a black and white photo of Shawn Levy talking to David Harbour in costume as Hopper. There's Lucas's shadow at what appears to be the hospital. There's a shot of the woods in the upside down. The back of a director's chair that says Stranger Things 5 on the back. He also posted an IG story of himself and Finn Wolfhard at what looks like Hopper's cabin with the caption, Everyone needs a mic in their life. Mike's sitting on a couch with a crocheted blanket on it. It looks like the roof of the cabin has been fixed. There are what looks like floral curtains on the window behind them. So it looks like based on this that the cabin has been repaired and presumably the Byers-Hopper family is living there. I know a lot of people were speculating that maybe they'd been living at the radio station or something, or they were living elsewhere. To be honest, that was never my theory. I always just kind of assumed going into the season that they'd be, living at the cabin, and that part of the dynamic we were going to see is that, all of them adjusting to living in this tiny cabin, like it was built to be a hunting cabin by Hopper's grandfather, and he's now housing a family of 5. Presumably, Jonathan's sleeping on the couch and Will and Elle are sharing a bedroom based on what we've seen. Based on, we know about the layout. At least that's what makes the most sense to me. So, that didn't surprise me. It's cool to get confirmation of that, but that did not surprise me as I think it did other people. So I'm super excited to see that dynamic and see what the cabin looks like in season 5. And that is all we have for you today. So we will be doing more bonus episodes about the behind the scenes content, and we've got lots of great stuff coming up. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. And that's our show. If you like what you heard today, be sure to subscribe and tell your friends. Our theme music is provided by Neon Knights. Thank you for listening to this episode of Ham Radio, a Stranger Things podcast. Please join us next time, same dial, same time.
Over and out.